Pokemon Emerald Kaizo. Now, I know this is different from my usual content, but I wanted to try something challenging, and this was going to be very challenging, so you guys should definitely check it out and see what I'm about to do here. This game here is incredibly difficult, but this is only the beginning. Let me explain everything that's about to go down. Pokemon Emerald Kaizo is pretty much Pokemon Emerald, but like a million times harder pretty much. There are over 400 mandatory trainer battles, mixed with double battles, even gyms having double battles, and sometimes having weird gimmicks involved like this. Compared to your traditional Pokemon game, the AI is much smarter in here. They have much more Pokemon, and they also have a lot of coverage, making you really think about each play that you make. The Pokemon they all have are pretty scary to deal with, and they also have annoying items to deal with. Like in the beginning they have citrus berries, and that pretty much heals them to full HP. And going into each battle, each one becomes harder than the last. In this game you have to fight legendaries, difficult boss fights, not even bringing up the gym leaders and the Elite Four. The champion literally has a Mewtwo, a Deoxys, and a Jirachi. And the Pokemon you get aren't even anywhere close to being that good. If you're still unsure about how difficult this challenge is going to be, let me put this into perspective. This is like getting rank 1 in every single category in Trove. This is like getting a 1000 PP play in Osu as a 5-digit. This is the same as getting an ace in every single round in Valorant and winning the game. And some of this might be a little bit over exaggerated, but I'm just trying to paint you guys a picture of what to expect here. And I didn't really want to just beat this game because that's kind of lame. I wanted to hardcore Nuzlocke this game. So this is going to be the following rules that I go with. You can only catch the first Pokemon in each route you go to. If a Pokemon dies, then I can no longer use it again, and it will be gone forever. I can't use any items in battle, but held items like berries are fine. I will be playing on set mode instead of switch mode. I cannot go past the gym leader's highest level Pokemon, so there's no over leveling. If my whole team dies, then I have to restart the game from the beginning. And this is it. Here we go. Starting things off, I decided to go with a Trico. Since my level cap is going to be 15 for the first gym, I needed something that could be really good in the gym for Roxanne. And Trico's really consistent in there, taking out a lot of the people in there. And he's also pretty speedy, so he's gonna help out late game as well. So starting things off, I fight my rival, and since I'm one level higher, it's not too difficult. I just take him out, and that's pretty much it. We go get Pokeballs, and we are ready to start our adventure. So in this game, they made it so you can actually get encounters in cities, and this happens pretty much everywhere. It was pretty much made for Nuzlocking pretty much. So I go ahead and pick up a Love Disc in Little Root Town. I go to Route 103 next, picking up a Sunkern, which is pretty handy going into the later part of the game. And I pick up a Slugma in Oldale Town, which will also come in handy later on. These were all pretty good encounters, and I'm just hoping my luck keeps continuing like this, because I will be using these for sure later on and even during the gym. These were all good encounters that I will be using later on. After finishing up my encounters there, I went to battle the first trainer, and the trainers here aren't too difficult. Just make sure you're able to switch Pokemon, make sure you're healthy, make sure you're able to swap whenever needed, and just take out the trainers. They're not too much of an issue. And from there, we can head towards Petalburg City. So at Petalburg, I can pick up an Azurill, and Azurill and Love Disc both have Charm, which lowers the enemy's attack. This will be helpful soon, and you'll see why. Anyway, after getting the Azurill, we head west, and we prepare for some spicy battles as we get the Magikarp encounter there as well. Sadly, I cannot evolve this thing to a Gyarados, so it's going to sit in the box for now until I get past the first gym. Since my level cap is 15, I can't really be using this level 15 Magikarp, so for now, I'm just going to leave it out. So I battle the trainers, and I run into this fisherman with 4 Pokemon. A Magikarp that's Choice Banded and only has Bounce. If you're not careful with this, you're going to struggle with the rest of his Pokemon. The rest of the trainers are tricky, but also pretty doable if you're playing carefully. Next up, I go into the forest and pick up a Weedle, which I will probably end up using at some point. I beat some bug trainers which aren't too difficult, just use Slugma to fight them off, and now my first major battle begins. I'm going up against a Team Magma Grunt. He has 5 Pokemon, starting out with a Magnemite. With some planning involved on which Pokemon will take out who, I was able to defeat him and receive the Great Ball and exit out of the forest. After we make it out, we get the Bolt CTM, which I will use right now on my Trico. I fight a couple more trainers which also aren't that difficult, and then our first double battle begins. They both use a Smeargle, and you can get past their gimmick easily if you have a spread move or just by swapping Pokemon when needed, while the Smeargle on the right uses Focus Punch, the one on the left makes it so you attack him, so it's a little bit tricky in that aspect, but if you do some careful planning, you can easily take them out and there won't be that much of an issue. After that, we got our next difficult fight. Now, this used to be difficult, but it's actually pretty easy because there's some consistent counters to this. So we fight Pokemon Trainer Red, and he starts off with an Eevee. This Eevee is going to use Curse, and remember when I said we needed Love Disc and Azurill for Charm. This is one of those moments. Eevee uses Curse, a setup move that can be very dangerous if you don't plan ahead for it. All we have to do is charm it 5 times and then water pulse it a decent amount of times to finish it off. It does, however, have a Citrus Berry, which goes back to full HP, but just keep water pulsing and that will pretty much finish off the Eevee. I use Trico to deal with the Pikachu, giving myself a Cherry Berry just in case I get paralyzed. Next, I use Carvanha to deal with the Charmander and I'm able to one-shot it with Water Gun. Next, I have the Hoppip to deal with the Bulbasaur. It is a little bit tricky. The sleep could have been bad, but I did plan ahead. I also did bring a Beedrill, which, remember that Weedle we caught? We evolved into a Beedrill, just in case that everything went south against that Bulbasaur. And lastly, we just Mega Drain the Squirtle, and that's pretty much it for that. Pick up some berries, which will be helpful during the gym fights. Then after that, we just make it through Rustboro City, and we get another important encounter. There's a 70% chance that we can get a Kabuto in here, or a 30% chance for an Ammonite. I thought I was gonna get a Kabuto, but an Ammonite works as well. I end up getting the Battle Armor ability, which makes it so I can't get crit, which is perfect for not only this gym, but in general. Now, going into the gym, we have the first trainer who has a Geodude with self-destruct. Luckily, it's slow, so we can outspeed it and finish it off with Love Disc. Next is the Sudowoodo, which is a little tricky to deal with because it knows Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Rock Tomb, and Calm Mind. Ice Punch and Thunder Punch are special in this gen, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's alright. So I had to play a little careful around him. Luckily, I didn't have to worry too much because Love Disc was able to take it out no problem. Next up was the Zubat with Giga Drain, Aerial Ace, Hypnosis, and Leech Life. This is why I wanted Slugma at the start because he's a consistent answer for the Zubat. Lastly, we used Trico's Bullet Seed that we taught him earlier to one-shot the Ammonite. So far, 0 deaths leading up to this point. Not bad. So the next trainer in the gym, my biggest concern was this Yanma because of the levels I had and the team that I had. I was very scared of losing this run to the Yanma because it has Giga Drain, Silver Wind, which can boost, meaning it can get some stat raises, Ancient Power, which can also boost, which means, more stat raises, and it has Aerial Ace. The coverage on this thing is insane. I swapped into my Slugma because I had nothing that could outspeed it and kill it easily. Luckily, I lived, I wasn't critted, and I was able to take it out with Rock Tomb and defeat the rest of the trainer's Pokemon. Now, the last trainer isn't too tricky, but I almost lost my Trico because I wasn't being careful. Working full-time and coming home tired, playing this game isn't the easiest thing to do. But I really want to beat this challenge, and when I set my mind to it, I spend hours and hours learning about everything, learning about my mistakes, and learning about how the AI works, and pretty much everything there is to this game. There's so much to learn, and that just means that I'm going to be making a lot more mistakes going forward, but at least all the mistakes that I do make is a learning experience, so it's not the end of the world. Also, it's not the end of the world if I do wipe. But anyway, it's Roxanne time. Let's see if I can get the first badge. Alright, so we made it up to Roxanne. No deaths so far. This is the team that we have going into this fight. And there isn't really much else prep that I can do, so I guess here we go. Roxanne time. Oh boy, a little nervous because a lot can go wrong, but what can you do? Just gonna lead with Nose Pass. So there's a couple things that can go wrong here, but the idea is we want to mudshot it to bring it in range to kill it with Bubble Beam, and we'll outspeed it afterwards. Okay, it goes for the Seismic Toss. Okay, that's fine. So now we can outspeed, and we can take it out because this is in range now, and we don't have to worry about proccing the Citrus or for him exploding. And we also level up from this, so that's very, very helpful going up to this Anorith fight here. Now we can one-shot it. It does outspeed, but we can't get crit here, so that's fine. Would have hoped for a little bit more HP, but what can you do? It's okay. Alright, so Anorith is dead. Now the Laleep. This is a tough one, because a lot can go wrong for this one. Okay, so we proc the Oranberry. So now I have to switch here. It's going to use Giga Drain. It's not going to do any damage to my Beedrill, however, there's a couple things that can go wrong. I'm going to use Toxic, so there's a chance I can miss Toxic. It's going to Ancient Power me. I have to hope it doesn't crit me or boost. So it all comes down to this. I'm going to use Toxic here. Perfect. Now, just don't crit me and don't boost. Okay, perfect, don't boost. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna have to sack my Beedrill here, but that's fine. I'm gonna go for the Pin Missile here because there isn't really much else we can do. Just go for some damage. Oh wait, is he actually gonna take it out? Beedrill, you legend! Beedrill, oh my god. He took it out. Okay, but this baits out Lunatone. I was not prepared for this. Alright, so unfortunately there isn't really anything we can do against this Lunatone. Lunatone will outspeed me. I'm gonna have to unfortunately sack my Beedrill. Beedrill, you did really good, buddy. Take a break. Now, there's a couple things that can go wrong here, but I'm gonna go into my Love Disc. I'm gonna use Charm so it doesn't do too much damage here with its Rock Slide. Okay, so there's the Rock Slide. Doesn't do too much. I'm gonna Charm it one more time. It might go for the Hypnosis, we'll see. Okay, it goes for the Confusion. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so as long as it doesn't crit me, I should be in good shape, but I'm gonna get one attack off here. I got the Confusion. Hit yourself. Oh, it has Lumberry. I forgot about that. That actually kind of helps us out here, because now I can do a status effect, but it missed its Hypnosis. This could be good for us. Now it's probably gonna use Moonlight, unless it sees the kill. Because there's a chance it can roll into... there's a chance he can calculate, and if he gets a crit in his calculations, it can go for the move. But there's a very high chance it's just gonna use Moonlight here. But just to play it safe here, we're gonna Water Pulse here, get some damage off for anyone else that might need to help out here. Or if we can get a crit, that would be ideal. That's fine. Okay, goes for the Moonlight. We're just gonna keep spamming Water Pulse here. Okay, it's gonna keep spamming Moonlight. I feel like this battle is in our advantage right now. Goes for the Confusion, no crits. Okay, and Water Pulse will take it out. Alright, awesome. Okay, so now here comes the Relicanth here. This thing can't do anything to my Trico. So I'm gonna switch here, go into Trico. I didn't think about paralysis. Okay, I outspeed and Bolt Seed takes it out. So don't have to worry about that. Last one is Shuckle. Shuckle can be a little bit scary here. This could still go very, very wrong, and Shuckle could just sweep me in general, but it's level 16, that's good. Double kick, I'll teach you that. Ooh, nice, got the level up with Love Disc. Actually, let me check something real quick. Okay, I still have 3 Charm PP, but I don't think I'm going to switch into Love Disc because that's too risky. So what I have done is I prepared with my Meryl here. So Meryl is going to charm this thing down. I'm just going to fast forward here because this is kind of boring. It's going to use Curse, raise its attack and defense. I'm going to charm it down to lower its attack. It missed the rollout, that's good. I have prepared for that, I have a Pecha Berry. I'm going to charm it one last time. And now we just go for the Water Pulse here. Okay, use a Sunny Day, which lowers my water moves by 50%, I'm pretty sure. It also has a chance to proc Citrus Berry, which is annoying here, but there isn't really anything I can do. Oh, I got the Confusion, which is really huge, actually. Okay, well, I just have to keep spamming Water Pulse and hope for the best here. Okay, missed rollout. I'm just gonna go for a Water Pulse. Goes for the Toxic. I don't have another Pecha Berry because I can't get 2, but I should be fine. I'm in pretty good shape here. And Water Pulse. It missed rollout. Okay. Just need a couple more. I confused it. Okay. I should be able to just take it out. Use rollout. Poison. This is it. We got the first badge. Let's go. 1 death Roxanne. Dude, this is actually insane. Got the evolution as well. We got ourselves a Grovyle. Okay. A lot could have gone wrong. We had to do a lot of risks, but I don't know. This is the beginning. I don't know. I'm sure we can do better preparations in future gyms and other trainers, but I would say that was still pretty good overall for what we had. There it is. We got the stone badge, boys. Oh man, I can't really scream or anything because it's late. But I don't know. That was insane. 1 death, Roxanne. This is the team that did it. Honestly, if Beedrill didn't pull through by hitting those pin missiles, I probably would have, I don't know, a lot could have gone wrong. Honestly, I feel like I could have saved it though, because if I edged him a little bit more, because all of my other Pokemon were close to the next level, I didn't do that with Beedrill, however, because I was gonna sack Beedrill to the Leap. I didn't think about the possibility of me actually defeating the Leap. If I did that, I would have outsped the Lunatone and gotten some chip damage on it, which would have protected my other Pokemon a little bit more. But honestly, I'm still pretty impressed with this run. And on that note, thank you for watching, and if you want a part 2 to this, let me know and I will drop that for you guys. Please subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I really like making stuff like this. But let me know in the comments down below on how I did, or if there's something specific that you want to see. But on that note, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you all so much for the support. We're so close to 5,000 subscribers. But on that note, drop a like, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, and I will see you all later.